Hey guys, it's Logan. Welcome back to the Top of the Vinyl channel. I'm really happy you're here. So the theme for this week is Top 10. Ben did Top 10 albums, favorite albums. I will be doing Top 10 underrated albums, and I don't know what Harry is doing. I think it might be 80s albums or overrated albums, something around that. So just so you know, the soundtrack for this video will be Eurythmics' Right By Your Side, Side 2, which is the special mix, and the plus something else, which is basically an instrumental of Regrets from Touch. So let's begin with my number 10 underrated album, Laura Branigan's Touch. I think this is an utterly amazing album. It has a cover of Hazel Dean on here. Shattered Glass, which is an amazing song by itself, and Power of Love. That's just an amazing song. So this is a really underrated album. Yeah, I have to put them back. I'm sorry, I have to do that. Now this really isn't a album, but it's a compilation. I like to count it as an album. Best of Blondie. I love this record so much. I could listen to it forever. So it is a bit underrated because it has all the hits on it. Nobody really bought it because they already had the thing. But I think everybody should just get this if they like Blondie. No need to buy all the albums because it has the hits. Okay, moving on. Let me put that back. Pat by guitars in the heat of the night. I really like this album. It's very rockish, and I like that. So I like it. It's a very good album. It has Heartbreaker and Rated X, so not really a hits album, but it's a good album. I have to put them back, so you're just gonna have to know that one. Nope, so I didn't have that. I'm putting them away. Okay, I forgot. So I've done 3, so 1, 2, 3. My number 7 underrated album. Okay. Hold on, there needs to be some rearranging really quickly. Okay, so my number 7 underrated album is Heart's Little Queen. And the reason why it's underrated is because people only really know it for Barracuda, which is a good song, but I like the entire album. And the album artwork is actually really good. I just like, look at her. She looks like an evil gypsy. Not to offend the Romani people. My number 6 underrated album is Annie Lennox's Nostalgia. It's an amazing album with amazing artwork that only Annie Lennox could really do, but it's just, I really do like this album, and it's so underrated. And all of the albums come on 180 gram vinyl. Or I think it's heavier than 180 grams, but still, it's amazing, and the sound quality is so good. So if you ever find this in like a Barnes & Noble, because I know this is that's really the only place where they sell it, so I couldn't find it in any record shop, I would recommend picking it up. I bought it for about like $20, which is about 25 pounds maybe. But it's an amazing album. It's not really electronic, it's more jazz oriented. It has Memphis in June, Georgia on My Mind, and I Put a Spell on You. That's the first 3 tracks. I love the first 3 tracks. So let's move on. Gotta put that back. My number 6 underrated album. No, my number 5. Yeah, my number 5. I'm sorry if I'm mixing you guys up, but still, I'm sorry. Eurythmics' 1984. It's underrated because it has... Let me get it. It has an amazing song, Sex Crime, as a single. And it has Julia, which is an utterly amazing song. Julia is amazing. And it has amazing artwork. It's just... Here, let me show you guys the inner sleeve. I love the inner sleeve. It is a soundtrack album, so maybe that's why it is a bit underrated, but I still like it. Like, the reason why I bought it is because I've always wanted this album. My grandmother has it, but she doesn't want to get rid of it, and I understand why. She still likes to listen to it, but I needed it because it's just very atmospheric, if that makes sense. It's very cold, but yet at the same time warm. Okay, my fourth underrated album is Culture Club's Color by Numbers. Most people only know this album for Karma Chameleon, It's a Miracle, and Church of the Poison Mind, and Miss Me Blinded, some people, Victims. I love this entire album for everything. It's such an amazing album. Black Money is an amazing album. That's the Way I'm Only Trying to Help You. It's just such an amazing album. And Mr. Man, oh my god. That I wish was released as a single. This album is amazing, and mine is even signed by Mikey Craig, the bassist for Culture Club, and I just love this album. Mine is an epic printing, meaning it was made in the United States and it was an unversion, so yeah, I love this album so much. So let's put that back. Gonna have to flip it soon. Okay, my number 3 underrated album is Eurythmics' Revenge. People really only know this for Missionary Man, but I love all the songs on here. And I think it's underrated that people don't know Thorn in My Side or When Tomorrow Comes and The Miracle of Love, because those songs are so good. And I don't understand why this wasn't the number 1 on the Billboard 200. Because this was prime for that time in 1986. This should have been number 1 on the Billboard 200. And now we move on to my number 2 underrated album, Laura Branigan's Self-Control. It has so many good songs on it. And Self-Control is such a good song as well, but it's just so underrated. And I love this album. I had to just get it when I saw it, and I literally had no money on me. I said, reserve this, and I will be back in 2 minutes. And I live 10 minutes away from that record shop by walking. I ran there to get this album. So, you can tell it. Hold on. So you can tell that I love this album. Sorry about that, I had gotten hair in my mouth and I needed to get rid of it. So, yeah, this is a very underrated album. And even the title track is very underrated, so it just needs to be more well known. And now we have our honorable mention before the number 1 underrated album, Eurythmics' Touch Dance. So that makes up 3 Eurythmics albums on here. Too much, but I need to get more. I need to get more music in my repertoire. But I just like the remixes on this song, and Eurythmics will always be good. And I just love this album. So yeah, let's put that back. But the reason I bought this because I knew I wouldn't be able to find it ever again, probably. And it was $5, so why not? And my number 1 underrated album. And some of you might be shocked, some of you may not. I'll give you a hint. It has a few songs on it. 1, actually, that are covers. And it is it has Pete Burns on it, and it was released in the early 80s. Sophisticated Boom Boom. Yes, this is my number 1 underrated album. This is such an underrated album, and it needs to have more recognition in the world, really. Just his voice on it is just so... I can't even describe it. What I Want, Misty, the entire the entire first side is singles, and they released 5 singles from this album. And absolutely nothing on side 2 is just amazing as well. So this album needs to have more recognition in our world. That's all I need. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Up next is Harry with his top 10 video, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And remember, the soundtrack to this video was this single, side B, and then side A. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please have a good day and be kind to anyone you know. That's something I'm gonna start at the end of my video. Be kind to one another. That's what I'm gonna say at the end of every one of my videos, because that's what we need in this world, more kindness. So be kind to one another.